Hi, this is Bev Davis, and I'm with Leanne Freeman at the Pumpkin Patch Carnival. This is great. It's just hopping here, Leanne.
It is, and I was a little worried with the weather. I thought, maybe the little bit of rain and cloudiness would keep people away, but I guess not.
No, it's perfect. They needed something to do inside, right?
That's right. And the Vikings game aren't on right now either, so that helps out greatly.
How many years have you been doing this?
This is our 6th year of doing this out here, and we've got games and tours and pumpkin design and fun.
I love the costumes. It's really fun to look around and see the little kids. There was a little Britney Spears running up as we came, and it was really funny.
I must have missed that one, but I've been walking. I think I spend more time walking around taking the pictures of the costumes, and then I'm like wishing, where were these costumes when I was younger?
Yeah, we made our own when I was younger. It was either you were a gypsy or a cowgirl.
I was a refrigerator box and made to look like a refrigerator too.
Oh gosh. So there's gourd decorating going on, and tell me about some of the other activities at the carnival.
Okay, we've got gourd and pumpkin decorating going on. And we've got carnival games. We've got a costume contest, not a costume contest, but a costume parade. So all the kids can show off their costumes. And then we have the haunted ghoul bus tour going on downstairs. It starts up on the gym floor and it works its way down and comes up the back end.
And there's no candy here, I bet, right?
Oh, not at all. Because I've eaten it all. What can I say? No, instead of prizes, they get treats when they go around to do all the games.
Very, very fun. It's just a great event. Every October held at the City Auditorium. Perfect location, too.
Oh, yes. It really is. I suppose if anyone said anything, it's the outdoor parking, because we're right on the street. But inside, you couldn't ask for a better building.
It's wonderful. The Pumpkin Patch Carnival at the Willmar City Auditorium, put on by Willmar Community Ed and Rec. And Leanne, we look forward to next year again, too.
Yeah, I'll have to start thinking now what I'm going to do for a tour. Got any ideas?
Oh, we'll talk. Okay. This is Bev Davis with Leanne Freeman at the Pumpkin Patch Carnival, put on by Willmar Community Ed and Rec at the City Auditorium.
All right, it is Do You Know, and what a beautiful night to be out in our community. We're at the Willmar Fire Department. It is open house during Fire Prevention Week, and as always, when we're here, it means it's story hour at the Fire Department. Jody is joining us as a part of the Early Childhood Initiative. Tell us everything that's going on tonight.
Thanks, Rudy. Great to be here. It is our 5th annual story time at the Fire Department. We are very excited to be here. It is a gorgeous night. We have tons of families here. And again, this is our 2nd year for using our book that we had published last year. So we're really excited for all the families to be here tonight.
All right, hold it up so everybody can see it. It's a very exciting book because it was written and produced locally here right in town.
It was. It was written by part of the some of the coalition members. Local photographer had taken the pictures, and Maricom had published it for us. And it's a great book. We have some for sale if anyone wants to purchase them as well. And it's called Firefighters on Call for Your Community. And it is a bilingual book, both in English and Spanish.
And that's what's nice about it. And, there's so many things that are going on tonight, though. We're going to have some firefighters that are going to be reading it in both languages.
Absolutely. We have firefighters reading it in both languages. We have firefighters demoing some of the gear, so they're going to try the gear on so kids know what firefighters look like if they do happen to have to come into their homes, so they're not afraid of them.
That's right, and we got the bouncy jumper thing going on over here, and we got plenty of food. You can hang out on the fire trucks, and every year it seems to be a great event, and I mean, more and more people. It seems like it's always a good turnout.
This is just a great time to really promote literacy in our community. So it's a great opportunity for families to come out with their kids, learn about fire safety, but also get a good piece of literature to take home to the family. Because you know what? It's all about literacy and getting kids to read prior to kindergarten.
And that's what it is. Way to put it. Way to wrap it up. The only other thing I want to wrap up with is, by now, if you haven't changed your battery in your smoke detector, when you change your clock, you might want to do that. And if you need any other fire prevention tips or safety tips from the department, you can certainly give them a call at 235-1354. You can just stop right here at the Willmar Fire Department. All right, it is Do You Know.
We're at Kennedy Elementary School at the Women's Expo, and we're with Carrie Giselson from the West Central Tribune. The West Central Tribune puts this event on annually, and Carrie, I understand this is an anniversary year.
It's a big year. It's our 10th anniversary. We're very excited about it.
Well, congratulations. After 10 years, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and better and better. So, Carrie, if people have never been to this event, and we hope that you will go, what would they see at this event? Why would women want to come to the Women's Expo?
If you see behind us, there's all kinds of great exhibitors. You can go to the marketplace and go shopping and visit ACMC with healthcare information. We have a comedian who's performing, Mary Rolls. There are food demonstrations by Sue Doden. There's always something going on, and lots of prizes. Women like prizes, and they love to shop, and they love to get great information.
So if somebody's interested in things like mammograms, or they're interested in massage or face things, or behind us I see people are dancing. Tell us a little bit about that, because you've got all kinds of stuff going on.
That's a Zumba dance demonstration. We're excited. They performed last year, and they came back this year with even more performers up there. So it's fun to watch, and if you want to try it, you're sure welcome to try some Zumba.
If you've never been to the Women's Expo, we want to encourage all of you out there who are sitting down to consider going. Check it out in the West Central Tribune or on their website. The West Central Tribune puts this event on annually every year, and there's so many things to see and do. You'll want to be here. Not only is there candy, there's snacks, there's all kinds of things, jewelry, there's a scarf guy over there. Oh my gosh, Carrie, if someone's never come, what would be the one thing that you would say, hey, get off your couch and come on out for?
Today, I think you're going to want to hear that comedian. She's awesome. Don't miss it. Just come and join us. There's a lot of energy here.
There is a ton of energy. This place is packed. So if you've never come to the Women's Expo, we want to encourage you to come next year. Look for it in the West Central Tribune or on their website, and come out. It'll be the 11th annual next year. You're watching the Do You Know Show, and we're moving on.
Hi, this is Bev Davis and my friend Susan Matson, Master Gardeners, on Do You Know? And today we want to talk about, in our final segment, about fall planting of spring bulbs. And Susan's going to talk about while I dig.
And it's been a really dry fall, so I'm really glad that Bev is doing the digging today, because the dirt that we picked out looks like it's kind of whitish, which means it's probably a little bit dry. And that'll be one of the things we'll talk about in just a couple of minutes. But first of all, today I'm going to show you a couple of tulip bulbs that I picked out of my bag. And I just want you to make sure when you do plant them that you put the root side down. And you can see that there's a little pointy part on the top of it, and that goes up when you put it in. Otherwise, what will happen is your roots will grow up, and the little pointy parts that have the leaves on will be down. So you First of all, look at your bulbs, make sure that you have the arrangement and the colors that you want. I prefer to have a variety of colors and different patterns on mine so that I'm always surprised in the spring.
And generally speaking, the bigger the bulb you have, the deeper that you want to go. So like for a good sized tulip bulb, you want to go 8 to 12 inches down into the ground. And now I only dug a small hole here, but a lot of times what people will do, they'll trench out a big area, a circle or an actual trench, and they'll lay them out in groups. I think kind of looks good, Susan. You know, you don't want to do them just, you know, one here, one here. Yep, and again, make sure the right side is down, right side is up. And you put them in there, of course, with the intent of them making it through the winter. And one of the problems with them making it through the winter is squirrels. And I know we get that question quite a bit. So a way to deal with that, after you would cover up the bulb, would be to take a sheet of chicken wire and lay it over the entire area where you have planted your bulbs. And then, of course, you could take that up a little later on. What the problem is that the squirrels are busy storing their lunch for the winter, and then they find your bulbs and they want to eat them. They don't like daffodils, but they seem to like just about everything else. Right. And then if you're going to plant something smaller like a crocus, you could actually go not quite as deep, around 4 to 6 inches.
4 to 6 inches is about what they say for the crocus, and daffodils are about the same as those.
Right. And we also want to talk a little bit about watering too. It's really important once you get these in to water them in really well. And with, you know, as Susan was saying, the fall we've had, it's been very, very dry. But the watering also goes for other things too.
Yes, when you are out in your yard before you take up your hose, and this year has been a really good time to keep your hoses out if you've been using more than one, and water your plants, your perennials, before you clip them off and before you mulch them down with your leaves or whatever you use for mulch. Also, water shrubs and young trees. Make sure you give them a good water. If we're not getting rain every week like we haven't been, then you need to water them on a weekly basis. Make sure they get at least an inch of water per week. And so particularly important for new trees to give them a good start before the next growing season, which is next year.
And one more thing about new trees too, because fall is a great time to plant new trees and shrubs, is that you want to protect them. You want to wrap them. Some of that could be from sun scald, but sometimes too the small animals want to chew on the bark, and that will damage them for next spring when you want to have that beautiful tree growth. And then don't forget to take that wrap off next spring so that the tree can grow. Well, I think that pretty well wraps up our fall coverage. Master Gardeners Susan Matson and Bev Davis on Do You Know?